How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the lair. And today we're back in historic best of 3. I call this one Blood Bond, but before we get into it, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily, and if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, if you're going to be a new follower or subscriber on either my Twitch or YouTube channels, once you've done so, just reach out to me in the chat or the comments. Say something like, hey, I just followed or subscribed, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's hop into it. So this is a Cleric Tribal deck, ORZHOV Cleric Tribal. So starting off on the 1-drops, we have the full playset of Soul Warden. She's a 1/1, and it says, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your period, you gain 1 life. We have 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst at sorcery speed. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less, and if this spell was kicked, instead destroy target creature or planeswalker. Running the full playset of Fatal Push at instant speed. Destroy target creature if it has a converted mana cost 2 or less, and then Revolt, destroy that creature if it has converted mana cost 4 or less instead if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn. Running 1 copy of Phyrexian Reclamation. It's an enchantment. We could pay 2, pay 2 life and then return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Onto the 2-drops, we have 2 copies of Blood Artist. He's a 0/1, and it says whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Running 2 copies of Nullpriest of Oblivion. She's a 2/1 with Menace and Lifelink, and when she enters the battlefield, if she was kicked, we return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Running the full playset of Cleric of Life's Bond. He's a 2/2, and when he enters the battlefield, whenever a Cleric enters the battlefield under our control, we gain 1 life. And whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a 1/1 counter on him. Onto the 3-drops, we have 1 copy of Mavren, Fein, Dusk Apostle. He's a 2/2, and whenever 1 or more non-token vampires you control attack, create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. Running 3 copies of Marauding Blight-Priest. He's a 3/2, or I should say she's a 3/2. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Running 2 copies of Taborax, Hope's Demise. He's a 2/2 with flying, and when Taborax has lifelink as long as it has 5 or more 1/1 counters on it, and whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Taborax. If that creature was a Cleric, you may draw a card. If you do, you lose 1 life. Running the full playset of Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. He's a 1/3. It says whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life, and then we can activate his ability later on and create creatures you control gain lifelink until the end of turn. Running 1 copy of Phyrexian Arena. It's an enchantment. This is at the beginning of your upkeep. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Onto the 4-drops, we have the full playset of Orah, Skyclave, Hierophant. He's a 3/3 with lifelink. And whenever Orah, Skyclave, Hierophant, or another Cleric you control dies, return target Cleric card with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then finally at the top end, we have 2 copies of Exquisite Blood. It's an enchantment that says whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. So let's briefly talk about the mana base. We have 2 plains, 1 Castle Locthwain, 6 swamps, the full playset of Brightclimb Pathway, the full playset of Godless Shrine, full playset of Isolated Chapel, 2 Fabled Passage, and 1 Agadeem, the Undercrypt, or Agadeem's Awakening. This is a modular dual land. You can either pay 3 life and have it enter the battlefield as a land that produces black mana, or at sorcery speed, return from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creature cards that each have a different converted mana cost. So yeah, so this is basically it's like a soul, or I should say like a life gain sap deck where we're looking to gain a lot of life and at the same time ping a lot of damage from our opponents. Soul Warden is an amazing card at the low end. If it doesn't get removed, we just constantly are gaining life. Bloodchief's Thirst is a nice scaling spell that can hit the smaller creatures, but then eventually scale up to hit any creature or planeswalker. Fatal Push is absolutely amazing, especially in this deck. We're going to be more aggressive, so if we do have a creature that leaves the battlefield, we can play this at instant speed. Phyrexian Reclamation is another card that will help us bring stuff back from the graveyard. It's also not a legendary enchantment, and it also triggers Fatal Push and several other mechanics in the deck. Blood Artist helps keep the whole thing alive. He's not a cleric, but like I said, we're going for that ping damage effect. Nullpriest of Oblivion is an amazing card. I would run 4, but I don't have the wild cards for it. Just her stats alone and her being a vampire and a cleric make her amazing, but if we can activate her kicker spell, it really pulls it all together. Cleric of Lifespawn is just a solid 2-drop, becomes a threat. Also helps us gain life. Mavren, since we're running so many vampire clerics, is just really nice because we can play him, but we can still be very aggressive and get the benefit of his ability. Marauding Blight-Priest, once again, is just helping put the ping damage together. Taborax will help us refuel our hand from board wipes, also being a very aggressive flyer. Vito is what kind of pulls the whole deck together in the combo, and then also being able to give our creatures lifelink at the end once we have him on the board can be a one-turn kill. Phyrexian Arena is there to help us refuel our hand from more control-style matchups. Orah also helps us protect ourselves from control decks and board wipes by being able to go down the scale and just bring back all these creatures. And then Exquisite Blood is our top-end, hopefully game-ending card that we can drop after we have a substantial board and win the game from there. And then we have Agadeem as a one-off to be able to bring back the creatures if we absolutely have no board presence. Yeah, so that's the deck. Let's get into the sideboard because we are going to be playing best of 3 with this deck. We have one Deafening Silence. It's an enchantment that says each player can't cast more than one non-creature spell each turn. Two more copies, I should say, of Bloodchief's Thirst. 3 copies of Thoughtseize. At sorcery speed, target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card, and you lose 2 life. Running 2 copies of Containment Priest. She's a 2/2 with flash, and if a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. 1 copy of Remorseful Cleric. He's a 2/1 with flying, and we can sacrifice him and exile all cards from target player's graveyard. We have 2 more additional copies of Blood Artist, 1 more copy of Phyrexian Arena, 1 copy of Leyline of the Void. This is an enchantment that says if it's in our opening hand, we may begin the game with it on the battlefield. And it says if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. 1 copy of Cleansing Nova at sorcery speed. Choose 1, destroy all creatures, or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. And then finally 1 copy of the Immortal Sun. It's a legendary artifact that says players can't activate Planeswalker loyalty abilities. At the beginning of your draw step, we draw an additional card. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and creatures you control get +1/+1. So that's pretty much the deck. We have a 2.4 converted mana cost running 26 creatures and 23 lands. Let's hop into it. Let's see how we do. Oh, I have to go into all play modes. Traditional. Oh, they don't have a traditional historic play. That's interesting. All right, well, whatever.
Good though. I love it.
Damn, my baby can cook.
More mayo?
Maybe a little bit, but I think it's pretty good. Alright, so our first opponent, the Dark Knight. We have a 3-lander here. We have 2 Soul Wardens. Orah. I guess we can't be too picky here. Let's keep it. Why not? On a little bit of a time crunch today. I'm trying to record a couple videos so I can spend more time with my family over the next couple days. So I'm going to skip out on recording the deck tech and just going to combine the video. So, all right, so we draw a Godless Shrine. Don't really feel too great about that, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and play out a Soul Warden. Looks like we're playing against some type of a control deck. Looks like maybe Jeskai Super Friends. Sure. The opponent only has 3 cards in his hand, so maybe we could be okay here. Fatal Push. Don't know how good that's going to be in this matchup. So yeah, let's go ahead and play out Godless Shrine tap. We'll play out another Soul Warden. That'll be nice. Okay. Okay. So opponent looks like he either has a counter spell or a board wipe. Let's go ahead and Fabled Passage here. We will look for a swamp. Excuse me. I think we're going to play the Vito here, because then that next turn we can play out our Orah and then get Vito right back. Pretty sure we have a board wipe coming right now. Okay, that's interesting. So if he didn't board wipe us, then I'm expecting him to have a Settle the Wreckage. So let's go ahead and give our creatures lifelink, and we'll go in here. Just trying to pressure him to use it. See if we get board wiped here. Still no. Well, once again, if he has Settle the Wreckage, that won't really help us because he'll be exiling our creatures. So once again, I'm just going to just go in. I'm going to slow roll. We can slow roll. We got plenty of life. So also, another cool thing is we are scaled up, so we have double Bloodchief. Wow. Alright. Could have a, the ultimatum, the Jeskai ultimatum. Yep. Oh, well, we don't have enough to activate it, but that's fine. The Dark Knight. If you have less life than your opponent, you gain 6 life. If you control fewer creatures than the opponent, create 3/1. Or it could be that type of deck, but we definitely gain a lot of life here. So the opponent got 3 1/1s, but we got him pretty much back to where he was. Opponent still has 4 land open, so not... I mean, I still think he has Settle the Wreckage. He has to. Okay. plays an additional land tapped. Sure. My turn. Do I Fatal Push here?
What's that?
I think we do. You have a counterspell? Oh, now he has a counterspell. Sure. What the hell is this last card? Well, he's tapped out now, so that's good for us. I'm not sure here. This is really weird. I think we just go for it. Yep. Do we attack? I think no attacks this turn. So that way we can get the full benefit, and if he has a board wipe, then we have Orah, so probably just quit. Alright. So definitely control deck. So let's see here. We can take out the Fatal Pushes, take out the Mavren, take out the Nullpriest. So let's take out Mavren, take out the Nullpriest, take out all the Fatal Pushes. I think Deafening Silence could be good. I'm interested in the Thoughtseize. Oh. Put another Blood Artist and an Immortal Sun. I think I'm okay with this. Let's try this out. Let's see how we do. The Dark Knight. I think best of 3 is so interesting because it's like, okay, so now he knows that I'm an aggressive deck, so he's going to slot in maybe more board wipes or removals. I don't know, counter spells. Just really cool. Cool to think about. Alright, so we have a 1-lander here. This is not a keepable hand. We'll mulligan this. We have a no-lander here. Okay, and another no-lander. I think we're just getting Magic the Gathering this turn. Keep. We have to drop 3 cards. It's just disgusting. So I guess we get rid of a land. And the Phyrexian Arena. And the Blight-Priest. Jesus. Opponent's probably laughing right now. Like, oh yeah? But I guess that's fair. I'm assuming we're probably going to lose this one just because the opponent has massive card advantage. But we're not going to change anything. We just got Magic the Gathering, you know, so that's how it is. Ooh, Deafening Silence. That's nice. That's very nice. Do I play this right off the bat? If I play Soul Warden, she's probably going to die immediately. So let's just go ahead and play out Deafening Silence before you can counter it. Okay. Amazing, we drew another land. We definitely have more black than white, so I think I'm interested in this coming in as a swamp or a black source. So let's play Soul Warden. We might be okay here. The Deafening Silence really slows him down a lot. And it's funny how we put 1 in the deck and we draw that 1. So it's very interesting. Okay, slotting in here. I think I'm interested in playing the Cleric. Yep. Anger of the Gods, sure. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Okay, we will play our Cleric. Assuming he's going to be bouncing the Deafening Silence. But that's fine, we'll go in with Cleric. No, really? Sure. Sure. Go ahead and play out Taborax. Aye, nice, sure. Centers of Light. We will definitely be attacking Teferi for sure. Like I said, I think we're losing this one just to the utter nonsensory of having to mulligan 3 times for a 1-lander, but you know, that's the game. It is what it is. Okay. And yeah. So we're gonna concede that one. No sense in drawing that out. But I do think we're right where we want to be. Phyrexian Reclamation. No, that's too good. I do want another Phyrexian Arena, though. So in this case, what do we cut? Let's cut 1 Exquisite Blood. Let's try this. Hopefully we draw some land this time. We will definitely play first. Oh, look at that. We have land. So we'll keep this. Lead off with the swamp. Smells good, baby. All right. So I guess here we'll play the Isolated Chapel. Let's get the Blood Artist out there. We know now that he probably swapped out some other board wipes for Anger of the Gods. That costs 3. Thoughtseize is very nice here. So let's play out the swamp. Let's Thoughtseize first. See what we can take. Oh my god. So, we don't want to take these because he'll just lose the game. What the hell kind of hand is this? I guess we take the Elspeth, but he's not doing shit with this hand here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get out the Blood Artist. And we can slam a Taborax. What X? This is going to be interesting here. Oh, let's play Taborax. You want to counter it and lose next turn? Nope, didn't think so. Pass. The Orah here. What you got? Sword? Sure. Just going with you. Okay, now 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. So now he can comfortably play his packs of negotiation. I'm going with Taborax. Okay. Mavren. Okay, Scrying. Just gonna go in with Taborax again. Maybe, oh, this is probably the Gideon deck, now that I think about it. He's running all these, you lose the next game. Wow. So, we had 3 opening hands that were one landers, and now we're flooding. Go figure. The problem is, at this point now, he has 2 packs of negation, and he has so much land. Just going with Taborax. Settle the wreckage? Still not. Interesting. There's the Gideon. I knew it. I knew this was a Gideon deck, sure. He gets the emblem. Sure. And chance for glory, sure. Been wanting to build a deck similar to this. I do have, yeah, sure. Shock. You're gonna draw some cards here. Lose 3 life. And we draw another land. Alright, I don't, and another land. Alright, well. Let's get this pack of negation out of his hand. Now let's play isolated. Pass. Yeah, unfortunately I don't think this was our game. The second game, it wasn't even a game because we just couldn't draw any land apparently. Now I am curious. I'm pretty sure that this particular type of deck didn't really change too much. Okay, so he's doing the same thing. No worries. We're going to Castle Locthwain again. Timely reinforcements. I really like that card. Okay. Deafening Silence is nice. So, let's play this as a swamp. Let's play Phyrexian Reclamation. Sure. But this is the card you wanted to counter. Let's see if he has another counter spell. Does he have another one? Probably does. They always have it, you know? Torrential Gear. Okay, here it is. Right. Feels bad. I cry every time. Alright, well, hopefully the next game treats us a little bit kinder. But what I've been trying to do the last couple of weeks is just enjoy the game, right? I'm not a professional player. I don't claim to be. I do love the game of Magic, and you know, in the past I get very angry when I get beat, but at the end of the day, it is a game of luck. So, you know, I've been just trying to tell myself that, you know, like that. I felt like the list that we have is very competitive, but we just, you know, luck wasn't on our side. So let's see if we can do better this game, right? That's all you can do. Oh, I guess not. Another one lander here. I don't get it. Alright, so we'll mulligan. This looks better. This is tricky though because the Brightclimb Grimclimbs don't count as as a plains or a swamp. I think we do want to keep the lands though. I like Soul Warden, so I guess it's down to one of these. Interesting. We have 4 Vitos, so I guess we'll keep this. Let's drop a Vito, and then I think we'll just lead off with the Isolated Chapel here. I do like the extra Cleric. That makes my Alright, so we're blue-black. He hasn't gone into our hand, which is questionable. We're going to play this as a black source. And then, yeah, I guess we're going to play out Soul Warden here. Fatal Push, sure. Okay. We're set. That's not good. Vraska's Contempt. My gosh. Here I still think we're gonna name Black Source. I still think he has some type of hand hate. I think he's waiting for us to thin down. Looks like anything I play is gonna get exiled. So let's play the Blight-Priest. I think he's going into our hand this turn though. Sure. Mind Stone. Interesting. So this must be like an Ugin. Okay, so does he have counter spells as well? See, that's the thing. Unfortunately, the Grimclimbs don't count as swamps or plains, so our isolated excuse me, Isolated Chapel came into play tapped. Well, before we play anything, we're definitely gonna take out Narset here. If he wants to waste removal on that, he doesn't. Sure. Oh man, it's tough. Let's go ahead and play out Cleric. If he wants to waste up Vraska's Contempt on that, that's fine with me. Vito's the mainstay. Yep. He is running Fatal Push as well, so... I mean, like I said, the more removal we get out of his hand now is good. End turn, sure. Looks like he's running mainly instant speed removal, which is kind of shitty, but... Okay, Vraska's Contempt, that's fine. That is fine. So he's got, what, 4 or 5 land now? Another Narset, sure. Alright, he might be digging now. Shark Typhoon, okay. Bloodchief is nice. What's the move here? Got another Fatal Push. Let's go ahead and let's just kill Narset now since we have an additional Bloodchiefs. Like I said, and if he wants to go in our hand, that's fine too. Yeah, right here. Censor, sure. Okay. Well, we're just gonna keep attacking. So we can't draw an additional card, but we don't really have a lot of card draw in the deck anyway, so it's not a big deal. What we're more concerned about is an Ugin. He doesn't have enough to play Shark Typhoon, so he could cycle for 3. No, plays a Mind Stone, sure. So now he can only cycle for a 1/1. No, actually a 2/2. Okay. Fabled Passage is okay. Let's go ahead and search up. Plenty of black sources. Let's search up a white source. So he's running counter spells. He's running removal. We want to save the last Bloodchiefs for an Ugin because if he's running Mind Stone, surely that's what he's doing. Let's play out Cleric. See if we can get another counter spell out of his hand. No? Okay. Sure. Let's play out Mavren. We're all in here, folks. That's what we're doing. This is just the first game anyways. We're definitely going to be changing things on our next run through. Yep. Now he can play his 2/2 Shark, but I don't think he wants to sacrifice that at this point, so we do get the benefit of getting that additional body. Opponent's at 7, so I don't think this is going to be an Ugin, and even if it is, it doesn't have the land to cast it. Let's see if he throws away. What? Sure. Sure. Can't be mad at that. We're gonna have fun with this guy on the second round, hopefully. Bloodchiefs on... Really? That's interesting. He still has... What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4... Or you could just cast it. Okay, sure. Oh, I see. Narset shuts it down. Nice. Alright. So this looks like we're pretty done here. Let's go ahead and play him. Yeah. You got a 1-mana counter spell as well. Play out Orah. Sure. Yep. You